State College, Pennsylvania, Happy Valley, PA, Lion Country, Center County. To me, this place has stood beside me as my home away from home for almost 3 years. My name's Sydney, this is me, and this year I am finishing my undergraduate education at one of the finest schools in the world, Penn State University, and I don't think I've come to terms with leaving yet. Let's face it, we all love college. Messy rooms, tons of friends, breakfast at 1 p.m. But this town is what made it for me. This college town is special. They say you don't really know a place until you've lived there, but Happy Valley is for more than just living. It's learning, exploring, discovering, immersing, and expressing yourself. It's a place where change happens and ideas are never shot down. My engineering professors tell me Newton declared that energy can never be created nor destroyed. But I swear it's here where energy is made. Today I'm here to invite you to listen to a story I have discovered, explore the options for the future, and get energetic about your power to make change in this town that is yours. This story is about water. To most of us, it's so commonplace that it's mindless. But let's think about it. It's the essence to all life on Earth. As humans, our bodies are more than 60% water, our blood 92%, the brain and muscles 75%, and our bones about 22% water. It is the year 2013, and we live in a day and age where we are more conscious about how we use, share, and reuse resources. But water as a resource is often forgotten. Maybe this is because water is such a shared good between all of us. Think about it. Water is dynamic. It isn't divided among countries, it doesn't stop at state borders, and it certainly doesn't organize itself like gridded streets. Below the surface, that is Penn State football, bike paths, downtown nightlife, Summer Arts Festival, the Corner Room, and Old Main. We dive in to find an incredibly unique area where the headwaters of the Chesapeake Bay watershed flow into the valley and through our town, providing us with very clean upstream drinking water. As of right now, Penn State University and the State College Borough function on 2 separate water treatment systems. This is due to the fact that when the university was built, it nearly doubled the size of the town and was forced to provide for itself. If you are anywhere on campus, your water is brought to you by Penn State. This means the dorms, athletic complexes, classrooms, and labs are all provided with water by Penn State Office of Physical Plant, which extracts water from a few wells not far from campus. The water is treated by chlorine and then sent to you for use in your dorm or lab or dining commons. After the water is used, it is sent down the drain and flows to the bottom of the hill to the wastewater treatment plant on University Drive. After treatment, the water is sent to recharge areas called Penn State Living Filters, where 2 inches of wastewater per week are dispersed over an area of 200 acres on a total land of 600 acres. The idea here is that the water will percolate into the ground and recharge aquifers, versus putting all the wastewater with excess nutrients and high temperatures into Spring Creek. If you are anywhere else in the State College Borough, which is now much larger and actually surrounds Penn State, your water is brought to you by the State College Borough Water Authority, which is located in the Shingletown Gap area and has been providing the State College Borough with more than 5 million gallons of water per day since 1941. Continuing with this water cycle, your water comes to you at the tap where you use it and send it back down the drain. This wastewater is then sent to University Area Joint Authority, or UAJA, where it is treated. UAJA is a plant that started in 1969, and it's special because they have recently implemented a program called the Beneficial Reuse Program, in which a fraction of their water goes through filtration and disinfection to treat the wastewater to a very high purity standard. This standard is much higher than even drinking water. UAJA does this primarily so that it meets standards for putting water back into Spring Creek. They'd rather keep the water that they treat so that we can avoid unnecessary extraction and protect our aquifers that feed the headwaters of the Chesapeake. companies like laundromats can use this clean water to reduce their soap consumption. And companies like golf courses can use it even in the driest of spells due to the fact that it is considered waste, and to provide to them doesn't mean extracting any new water. If they can't find a use for it anywhere else, the last place UAJA puts the wastewater is in Spring Creek. Ideally, UAJA would like more customers for this high-quality water so that they could avoid putting any water at all into Spring Creek. So you may be asking yourself, what's the problem? This system works totally fine. The twist is that Penn State wants to upgrade its water treatment facilities to include a filtration system similar to that at UAJA. The upgrade would involve building an entirely new plant out of brand new materials and resources. So I've been asking myself, what is determining this need for a new plant? Is it a quality issue? Is it a quantity issue? What is the financial breakdown of upgrading a wastewater treatment plant like this? Doesn't this mean they'll be using lots of resources and money? Why would Penn State build new if there are already sources who are doing this efficiently? So here's an idea. Wouldn't it make sense for Penn State and the borough to work as one? State College Borough Water Authority could continue to extract from its many wells, none of which have had turbidity problems, and provide to its residents as well as Penn State. This could save Penn State time, money, resources, and materials of building a new plant, and would save the aquifers that are used so heavily as of right now. Then, any wastewater in the borough, including that of Penn State's, would be sent to UAJA, where now even more of it could be treated to the superior standard. And even better, this water could not only be sent to companies like golf courses and laundromats, it could be sent back to Penn State's steam plant, where the water that is needed there also needs to meet extra high purity standards equivalent to that of which UAJA provides. It may seem gross, but remember, the more customers UAJA has for this high purity water, the less water we need to extract straight from the aquifers. And although Penn State's living filter is a useful alternative to dumping water in the creek, if UAJA monitored all the water, they could better regulate the rate at which it gets sprayed on these fields and avoid potential runoff when the ground freezes in the winter. This solution would not only be more beneficial for the university, the aquifers, and the environment, but it would also be economically efficient for the State College community as a whole. Because the State College Borough Water Authority has already paid off its capital costs of building treatment plants, and due to economies of scale, it costs them virtually nothing to add additional customers. So when they add customers, there are more heads to divide the cost among, and therefore everyone pays less.
So let's recap. The borough and Penn State function on two different water extraction and wastewater treatment systems. If Penn State is looking to rebuild so that they can have higher quality water that can be used for reuse purposes, why would they waste time, energy, money, and resources when they could outsource to the community who has the capability to fully commit to this sustainable solution? Isn't this what sustainability is about? Limiting our waste, avoiding redundancy, and doing things because we know we should, because it will preserve our future? Isn't optimizing our community resources a pure definition of sustainability? I'm not here to tell you what is right or wrong. I'm not here to tell you that what we should do trumps what we can do. I'm not here to get you to fall in love with this town as much as I have. What I am here to say is that we are at a time where we need to recognize that sustainability is most effective when we are proactive. I'm here to ask you, to ask your friends, to ask Penn State, what's the point in waiting? I'm here to say that this is our town, our water, our decision, and there's no better time than now.
These are the times that try men's souls. In the course of our nation's history, the people of have rallied bravely whenever the rights of man have been threatened. Today, a new crisis has arisen. Citizens, hear me out. This could happen to you.